Hello students, today I am going to explain you a very short poem, Squirrel, and that was written by Mildred Bowers Armstrong. Mildred Bowers Armstrong was born in 1901 and she was a well-known poet. She wrote many poems for children. In that, Squirrel is one. She also received Younger Poets Prize in 1928 and she passed away in 1984. Students, let us know some information about squirrels. There are almost all 265 species of squirrels worldwide. In this, only few can be tamed, not all, because in this most of the species are very wild. They cannot be tamed. They scratch and they bite the human beings. That's why they are not for taming. And one more thing is that how do they communicate? Generally we have language, that's what we communicate through our language. They communicate through gestures. If not, they use their tail also for communication. They make some squeaking sound that's called as vocalizations. The squeaking sound is also a sort of communication to this creatures. And these animals are very lively, very wise, and very active creatures. And along with that, this animal generally we see in our surroundings, in temples and in the gardens. You also might have tried catching it here and there now and then. They not only eat peanuts, they even try vegetables and leaves, like some leafy things, like because mostly they eat only vegetarian food. Students, generally you see lot of squirrels in your surroundings. I think some of you tried playing with it even. You all know how a squirrel looks like and what does it eat even. The poem also goes, the poem is on the same thing. Let's see what did the poet write. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. Let me read the poem again. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play, and if we ran round his tree, he went the other way. Okay, let's see the meaning of the poem. He wore a question mark for tail, it seems. Here the poet wanted to say about a squirrel uh, where she had seen once. And as everyone knows it, he wore a question mark for tail. When you look at the squirrel, it has a tail which looks like a question mark. And the second line says, an overcoat of grey. Overcoat is skin. How we have our skin, and every creature has different color fur. God gave this creature an overcoat of grey color, which is so beautiful to look at. He sat up straight to eat a nut. When it gets some nuts for eating, it sits straight. It's got it. It sits without any bending. He liked to tease and play. He liked to tease and play is nothing else annoying. If you wanted to catch this animal, it never comes into our hands. It goes on, runs here and there because it is very lively and active creature. And if we run around his tree, if you wanted to catch this creature and if you go near the creature, he went the other way, it seems. Means not only the poet but also whoever it is, either you or some other people, whoever go near the squirrel to catch, it never gives us chance to catch. It skips off, or it makes us go round the tree, but it never comes into our hand.